And while this violence, of course, impacts all communities, we also know it does not do so equally when Latino Americans are twice as likely to be victims of gun homicides. But again, instead of passing reasonable gun safety laws, these extremists suggest teachers should just strap on a gun in their classroom. This, on top.
Plus, consumers may soon have access to this, and as far as they will be delivered, well, they'll be totally dependent on the state where the rebates are rolling out. There are even some citizens that could choose not to receive these funds at all. There are two programs, like the Inflation Reduction Act, that is responsible for the worth of $8 billion between the two of them, and one is the Home Electrification and Appliance Rebate Program. The other one is the Home Efficiency Rebate Program, and the former goes up to $14,000, and the latter goes up to $8,000. These projects include stuff like installing insulation, or an electric heat pump, or also buying electric start vehicles. Now, according to Contrary, the state of Florida is not planning on entering any type of energy rebate program. There's no confirmation which other states will be rolling this out. According to CNBC, by stacking rebates with other incentives, low earners can actually get more than $22,000 in potential support from the federal government, and the middle-income households can get up to $19,000. Additional efficiency incentives may be available from local utilities. The Center of Congressional Budget Office estimated this week that the federal budget has reached $1 trillion in the 10-month period ending in July. The agency said that the more is double the deficit during the same period last year. While nothing, a 10% is revenue, and also the office also projected the total deficit for the current fiscal year, which ends in late September, would actually reach $1 trillion. That's not good. Among the drivers behind the drop is highlighted by the Congressional Budget Office. It estimates a 9% decline in individual income and payroll taxes.
A tax return. The IRS does.
Folks, there is an updated list of states that are about to send out a fourth check this month, and the lawmakers in many places like Illinois, Pennsylvania, and even New Jersey have released programs that are providing millions of dollars to thousands of low-income residents. So the several arrival dates for these payments have been confirmed and just announced. I'll be revealing these details in this video. Stimulus payments are back. Although the crisis has become more bearable, Americans are still dealing with a tough financial crisis to deal with. CNBC reports about 62% of workers across the country live paycheck to paycheck. It has led to many state governors to agree to send out bonus checks to the residents. It includes people in places like New Jersey and Pennsylvania and Rhode Island. For instance, New Jersey is offering another program to give communities stimulus money and to help the people out. Now, if this applies to you, you must file an application with the state's Division of Taxation by December 30th. Payments will go out in the spring, and families can expect to receive a child rebate in the state of Rhode Island. The program provides a rebate of $250 per child for up to 3 children, or $750 per family. To be eligible, you must be a resident for all of 2021, and children must be 18 years or older to qualify for this check. Now, if you're $100,000 as an individual, you'll get the payment as well. Now, people say in the state that the checks were mailed out early in October last month, and for those that filed a 2021 tax return, you should have gotten yours by the middle of this month. So, in addition to this low-income stimulus money, Pennsylvania low-income homeowners and renters are getting some bigger financial relief. Most checks will be capped at $650, though some homeowners will see a boost of $970 based on age, widow, or even widower status and disabilities. There's also news for the Delaware residents. State officials have said you must be able to send in an application through the end of this year in order to get the $900. The office report stated that there are 5 main issues right now with Social Security. And the first is that Social Security has a spending problem. Social Security will only be able to pay out 2% tax, and the program promised to take
deposits of the economic impact payments appeared in some bank accounts 2 weeks ago. For those in poverty, though, bank accounts are a luxury they cannot afford. And that leaves the question, how do they get their money now? Jenna Cisneros reports.
Legal Aid Line, can I help you?
When it comes to stimulus checks and those in poverty, Regina Campbell doesn't know what to tell people to expect.
Shocking news has been released, and there are several new plans put together by Republicans and the Democrats, and they're trying to get things done for the American people. Now, there has been no shortage of Republican lawmakers bickering over Social Security in recent weeks because, as Republicans and Democrats have pointed out, fingers over which party wants to fix the program and which one wants to undermine it. Well, there are several problems with this. Because during a Senate Finance Committee hearing, the Senate Republicans accused the Treasury Secretary of lying about President Biden's willingness to work with lawmakers on Social Security reform. That followed a similar exchange between Republican Mitt Romney and Shalanda Young. Now, in this separate hearing, Romney said that she was simply wrong and not honest to suggest that current members of Congress want to cut off Social Security and Medicare. With so much hostility between the political parties, it's hard to see any hope of bipartisan Social Security reform that is. The only solution with even a whiff of bipartisan support is a proposal to raise this full retirement age for Social Security beneficiaries. That proposal announced last month is being pushed by the Cassidy senators and the Louisiana Republican and also the Senator Angus King, a Maine independent who caucuses with Democrats. The two are leading a group of legislators that aim to raise the full retirement age 70 to 67. Raising the full retirement age is seen as one of the ways to lessen the impact of the coming insolvency of Social Security's old age and survivors insurance, which finances about 20 to 25% of Social Security benefits. It is. The fund is expected to run out of money by the middle of the decade, meaning that Social Security will have to rely solely on payroll taxes for funding. That could be a big problem that people run into. Now, raising the full retirement age isn't a good idea for so many people too, because it does have bipartisan support among the registered voters, and though not necessarily raising all the way to age 70, a 2022 survey of more than 2,500 registered voters found that 75% of respondents favored gradually raising the age from 67 to 68, a move that would eliminate an estimated 14% of the funding shortfall. Now, support was evenly split between Republicans and Democrats, but other solutions with bipartisan support among voters include making more wages subject to the payroll tax, increasing Social Security withholding, and reducing benefits for the high earners. But for now, much of the focus is on whether to raise the full retirement age. Not everyone supports the data, because Social Security advocates and many lawmakers have pushed back against the proposal because of the national, political, financial impact it would have on seniors who are already struggling to make ends meet. Plus, folks, I also want you to know this. The National Committee to Preserve Social Security and Medicare, which is a non-profit advocacy group, is raising the full retirement age and cutting benefits for anybody retiring before the new full retirement age. So this means U.S. consumers struggled immensely in 2022 as inflation soared from the start of the year through the end of it. A lot of people closed out the year in debt because that's what it took to keep up with inflation. But while inflation is higher than the average, it's slowly but steadily cooling. It's not done all the way, but at least we're making some progress on this. Because while falling inflation is great news for consumers, and particularly budget-conscious retirees, it could spell trouble for the Social Security recipients. That's not something that's good. So what Joe Biden needs to do is send out stimulus payments as soon as possible.
If I'm not mistaken, Stenny, to be able to work together, because we got to get it done. Plus, I hired 2 senior advisors